Hello everyone, Master Visual here with another video. This video is about producing a detailed floor plan drawing in ArchiCAD. To accomplish this, you will need to set up object or furniture graphics, create composite for elements, set up and place room labels for all the spaces, customize section and elevation markers in the floor plan, set up doors and windows label and their graphics, and set up and place dimensions using automatic dimension tool. Create the drawing graphic styles by using pens, line weight and graphic override combinations, and then from there you're going to convert or save this drawing as a PDF. Without any further ado, let's get started. Yeah, this is the floor plan that we've created from the previous video where we created that double story. I think you remember. Let me just show the building in 3D. That's basically it. So if you didn't watch the video of making this concept, I'll put the link in the description or in the top right corner so that you can go and watch. I think it's best you do it first and then you can do this video later after watching that. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm recording this video for the second time. The first time when I played it and I see I didn't cover a lot of details, so I had to redo it again because I wanted to share a lot of things with you on just detailing the floor plan layout. So yeah, let's start with the detailing of the furniture and setting out the graphics for the furniture. If you look at the kitchen here, we just used the line to represent that in the previous videos. So we're going to now use objects or cabinetry to furnish that area. We'll open the settings and then let's go to kitchen folder, kitchen equipments or kitchen cabinets folder, and then we're going to set up a base cabinet, which will set the tone for the whole cabinet. So I'll select this and then go to the cabinet settings. Let's under this area I'll say the counter, then move to the next page. I'll set this number of segments to 3. I think 3 is fine. I'll leave it at default like that. And then when you come here, this is the way you can set the segment type. We have drawers, so I'll leave it at drawers for both segment 1 and segment 2. Let's go that. And then what I want us to look at here is the footing. If you click here on the footing, you have different types of footing. You can have it on this more like a columns or square columns, but I will leave it around I can make it suspended. Let me just take out the footing. I want to create a feel like this is suspended. So yeah, I'll uncheck that. And then another page. This one is fine. This is the counter edge visibility, of which the only visibility we want is for the back and on the front, because we have wall the other side and then the side is the other cabinets that are going to follow through after placing this one. So let's just do that. Under symbol type, I think we can go for this one. So you have options to override the opening symbol, but these are the options that we have. I don't think they're great. I'll just leave it that way. So we are under 2D representation. So let's set the pens to pen, I think 101, which is around 0.13 millimeters. So I'll just do that for all the lines. This is a default template that I've used to assemble this project in order for you guys to understand a lot of things, especially for those who want to set up their own template. So under 3D representation, I'll make it full and then set the resolution to 100. And then if you scroll down, I think the material they've set here for ArchiCAD 26 is great. I like the way ArchiCAD 26, but it has a room for improvement. But I like the way they've set up their cabinets objects. So hit OK and then place it here. When you select it, so this black point or the hotspot indicates the back side of the cabinet. So I'll just pick or drag to the point here, and then I'm going to run multiple copies to there. But for you to know how many, I'm going to fit around 7 cabinets, but we need to set or to measure I'll click M on the keyboard and then measure this. It's around 4.250, and then I'm going to divide this number by 7 cabinets, so that to get the width of each cabinet. So it's going to be 6 or 7. That's the width, like so. And then from here I can now run a multiple copy, click on multiply, and then I'll just use the graphic input method of increment and spread, and then click on this point and then click on the second point for the cabinet, and then just run like that. Click there and then take advantage of the selection and group. Perfect. So that's basically how I place it. If we check on 3D, and then let's just pop it this way, and then I'm going to activate a 3D cutaway tool. Let's drag a plane like that, so that we can just to the level of ground floor, somewhere there. Then hit on finalize. So if you zoom in there, you find it's perfect. So one thing that I've needed to do is to, let me just suspend all the groups so to select everything. I needed to add a backsplash here, as you can see on this edge, especially on the back side. So I'll find component section and then add a backsplash, and then hit OK. There we go. It will add this little detail. Oh, sorry. It will add this little detail here. I think you can also set up the type of this backsplash, but for now, let's just leave it the way it is. So like I was saying, I wanted to create the floating effect. As you can see, even if I set this to 0, because it doesn't have the I'm not telling the truth. Let's just leave it at 100, just to create a floating effect, like so. Perfect. So I need to create a sink part. So sink will be, the kitchen sink will be on this part, on these two cabinets. So I'll get rid of one, then stretch this to fill the whole space. The best view to do this is on floor plan. Let's just go back to the floor plan and then do that way. So let's check, and then yes, as you can see, it's a drawer. I'm going to convert this into door panel. So let's and then create a sink. So open its settings and then activate the sink. You can click here on the sink tab to get access to different types of sinks. So let's just choose something like style 12, and then I think the material is fine under stainless steel. What I was looking at, let's click here, which is the division of that. I think it's going to be under the segment geometry. So instead of having a number of segments, I'm just going to have one, so that when I get here under the segment, I convert this into a door. So it's going to be a double door instead of a single door. And then if you hit OK, you will see it will divide this as doors. And then I don't think the handles needs to be somewhere here around 500. That's basically that. Yeah. Then the zinc, we need to go back to the floor plan and stretch it to make it 1.2. Let's see on 3D. Perfect. So yeah, that's it. Let's place the tab or the facet, open its settings, and then let's click here around components. We have tab here. Let's activate the tab option. We have different types of tabs. We have the single lever mixer, or this one, which is two handle mixer, and then this one, which is traditional, then the sensor facet. I think I'm gonna go with this one, and then use the style 3, which is commonly used. And then the material will also leave it at stainless steel, and then hit OK. Perfect. nice and plain. So let's look at the graphic representation on the floor plan. So because these are doors, cabinets, door cabinets, so what I want to do is to represent them on the floor plan as well, so that this one is openable, unlike these ones, the other cabinets. So open its settings, and around 2D representation, let's activate the open symbol. Then there we go. And then let me just increase this window so that you can see all the segments in terms of 2D parameters. So I want the opening symbol to be this color 0.13, and the line will be hidden lines because I don't want them to compete with the rest of the drawing. So I'll set also the sync tab to be this color, which is 101. It's around 0.13 millimeters, the line weight for this. Then hit OK. So that's basically how you set it. And then once we're done with the base cabinet, we need to do the wall cabinets. But before we do the wall cabinets, we need to treat this wall and add a finish here. There are different ways of doing that. We can split this wall into two parts, split it here and then split it there, then we override the surface. But I don't want to increase the number of polygons for this project. It's very important to know how or to use best practice to manage your project well, or to manage your project file well. So instead of doing that, I would use a composite. Let me create a composite for the tile and the adhesive, and then use a wall tool to place that. So let's go to element attributes, under options, then create a composite. So here we have different types of composite that comes with the default template, but what we need to do, we have exterior and interior. That's the great part of ArchiCAD 26. Create all these things in the folder. You can manage your files very well. So I would select the interior because I'm working on the interior section, then hit on new to create a wall finish. Let me just say wall tile finish, and then hit OK. I have two options: to create everything from scratch, which is new, and then I will duplicate to reuse some of the material. So let me just duplicate to reuse. Oh, it came up with a lot of materials here, so how to reduce the number of skins. So I'll just say remove and remain with 2. So the top part is going to be the adhesive. So I think let's find something that we can use for that. I think stone structure will be fine for that. Let's set this to a tile wall. There we go. And then the material is going to be the pen, sorry, is going to be on 101. Just this will be, this I'll make it 1. No, this I'll make it let me make it 15. It's going to be 0.15, which is color 2, like so. Yeah, then from here we are done. We need to save it so that we can use a wall tool to use this. So I'm not gonna activate the wall tool and then hit OK. So from here, what you need to do to activate the wall tool, under the structure part in the info box, let's change the structure from basic to composite, and then let's select the newly created composite. I think you can check in the interior folder. There we go. Select it, and then let's draw it or to place it. Oh, you see, we didn't bother in terms of the material skin sizes. We would go back and adjust that, or we can just say, let me just place it first, but it has to be on the outside of the wall. As you can see, it's in the inside. So I'm going to use the reference line controller, and then click on that. It will make it on the outside of the wall, and then draw it like that. So what you need to do, is because you see, let me just do that. There we go. You see how big it is. So we can right click and then edit the selected composite. So the stone structure, which is the adhesive of the tile, so I'm going to set it around 15, and then the tile is okay around 10 millimeters, and then hit OK. So we can right click and display order to bring it to front like so, or we make sure all the cabinets start on the finish surface, like so. And then if you check on the 3D, that's basically it. It has to run all the way to the wall height. So I'm going to set it from the ground floor to the first floor, just like that. Now it doesn't show the finish of which the surface is being overridden. So let's go back to its settings under model option. Let's switch off the override surfaces and then hit OK. There we go. As you can see, now you have your elements in place. Okay, I think you are done with that. Let's do the wall top, the wall cabinets. So I'm going to activate the parameters of this and then open the object settings. This time around we're going to do the wall cabinet. I'm going to select this. So to keep the parameters or the settings of these ones, we've already set your line types, your line weights, your everything. So what we need to do is just to instead of selecting the object, Control Alt to transfer the settings of the previous cabinets you've picked the parameters. I'll just click on that, it will pick all the thing. So from here I can just hit OK and then place it. There we go, and then drag it to the corner here. So it will take also the size. No, the size has to be 6 or 7. I don't know why it didn't take that size. Because it's a wall cabinet, it has to be the half the width of the base cabinet. So I'll just make sure it's on half. Oh, sorry, what am I doing? It's somewhere here. Then from here I'll run multiple copies to the rest. There we go. There we go. And then select all of this and group. For these ones I'm not going to have the symbol like this, so I'm going to make them just plain. So I would open its settings under 2D representation. Let's use the first, or just a plain representation. The controls, it has to be color 101, which is 0.13 millimeters thick. Perfect, that's how it is. We'll move next to the other element, which is now the room labeling. As you can see, we've used text to label all the spaces previously. We just want to do the concept, but now we cannot use this text to schedule or make schedule of areas of this project. So we need to use zones, because zones are very good at doing some calculations, and you can also simulate some different a lot of stuff, like even the light transmittancy to all the spaces, or whatever. There are a lot of things that you can do with zones, except or not only the labeling. So what I'll do, I'll activate the zone with the zone 2. There we go, zone 2. And then for now I'm not going to do anything in terms of the settings. Let's just place. There are different ways of placing geometry methods. There is polyline, there is rectangle, and then there is this one where you can pick the inner edge of the space. For example, for this case you can use the inner edge because it's an enclosed space. So let's click on the space, and then with the hammer cursor let's place a label. So I'm going to delete the text. Zones in ArchiCAD 26 is unlike previous versions, whereby the label of the zone and the zone itself is one thing. Here they are separate. The label is on a different it's a label that comes with just different types of labels under type and preview, and then the zone is independent. So yeah, I think it gives us a lot of room to play around with how we want to display our information. So the first thing that I would do is to select the zone, and then I would go to its settings. Under settings, I want to get rid of the fill on the floor plan, because I just want it to be empty. So I'm going to go to floor plan and then activate the cover, and then let's insert an airspace, then hit OK. There we go. Or let's select it. Or what you can do is to have this as a transparent, even if you can have maybe a different thing. You can have that side transparent too. It will take up the background. Perfect. And then let's give it a name. It's going to be guest. I would use caps. It's going to be guest bedroom. There we go. And then let's now set up the label for the zone. Let me move it somewhere here by the middle of the space. Then open the settings of the label. Under this label, we have different types of elements displaying them. What we want is the zone name, zone number, and zone text. Zone area. Let's get rid of we don't want to see the frame, and then go to the symbol label and custom settings. The zone number is fine, and no, I don't want the zone number. I want the ID. So I'll start with the ID, and then under information, let's get rid of the number, and then we have the number and the ID. So under dimensions, let's go for measured area. Yeah, perfect. And then the other pages, I don't think there is anything to. It says show units, linear, volume, what do you, area, blah blah blah. This one I don't know sure why is it active. Let's hit OK and see. Okay, we need to get rid of this value. I don't know, it's the length or the perimeter. It must be the perimeter. Let's go back here and see ceiling height. Okay, so the zone name. Okay, now super. It's okay. The zone ID is fine. We'll come and override it later once we've placed all the zones. So we are happy. I think one thing that I need to do is to change the label text to robot. I like this font. Robot. Let's see on how we can override the other text elements. Say robo for the first, but at this I don't think it will create. We can also have a custom line on the zone, but yeah, I think it's fine. I think everything is okay. Okay, and then I'll pick parameters of this zone. Then instead of using the inner edge on the kitchen, I would use the rectangle because the space is not enclosed. So then, then draw it like that. Place the label there. Pick parameters of this label. Control Alt to inject on to change that. Let's get rid of this text. So most of the time when elements are on top of each other, when you have too many elements that are on top of each other, like in this case we have zone and a slab, it is tricky to select, but the easier way to do that is to hit tab several times on your keyboard. If you hit tab, it will highlight one element. If you hit another again tab, it will also highlight, just to indicate there are several or different or more than one elements. So that's how you can go about it. Let's select the zone, and then this we're going to give it a name. It's going to be the kitchen, that way, and then pick parameters of that. I think place for the dining. I think it needs to be right to the edge there. Alt in your keyboard to pick parameters of the label for the kitchen, and then Control Alt to transfer it to the other label for the dining. So I think I'm gonna move it somewhere here, and then let's pick the zone for that. Give it a name. Appropriate name is going to be dining. Perfect. And then from here we have a launch. Let's do the same to the launch. Tab, and then pick parameters of that. Just going to draw the launch like that and place the label there. Pick parameters of the label, Control Alt to transfer it. You can get rid of the text. Let's tap to select the zone, give it appropriate name. There we go. Move to the other space. Tab zone. This, because it's enclosed, I'm going to use inner edge and click on the space and then place it there. Let's get rid of the text. Pick parameters of the label and inject it to this one. So tap to select the zone and give it a name. It's going to be WC. Because it's a tight space, I'm not gonna show the area and the zone. So what I'll do, I'll select the label and go to openings to get rid of the ID and the area. So I'll get rid of area and then the ID, just to have a clean label like that. But once I'm doing the schedules for the areas of all the rooms, it will pick the area for that. So that's the power of it. Let's just complete. We have the entry porch. Oh, this, because it's an empty space, I'm not gonna use the inner edge. I'm gonna use the rectangle and then place it there. Let's do it for the carport. Place it there. I think just to have one car object is fine. Let's just get rid of this one to allow other important information to be placed. We have again this area we can place there. So let's start here to fix this. I'll pick the carport, give it an appropriate name, and then pick the parameters by Alt and then Control Alt to transfer it. Do the same to this one. Let's pick the zone to give it a name, just like that. Let's go here, transfer and select the zone to give it a name. Perfect. Now we need to get rid of this funny ID for the zone. So what I'll do, I'll pick the zone on, or activate the zone on the tool palette and then hit Control A and then go to document. I want to list the ID for this. Let's open the ID element manager. So what we need here is to set a unique ID for each, because and then under ID format I'm going to give this RM instead of room name or room. Then they're going to start counting at 01, so that we can have from 01 to room 08 and then hit OK. All the room will be changed accordingly, as you can see. Nice and perfect. So yeah, I think it's great. Now let's see the objects of, especially for this bedroom. Let's select the object and then open its settings. I'm going to start by setting out. Before I do that, let's see. Okay, no, let's go back to the settings. What I want us to do is to go to the folder for furniture layouts, and then I'm gonna use the bed layout because it has all the elements, unlike the ones that one. You have area parameters here to set. You can go for a single bed, or you can place the night side table on one side or both sides, and then you have option for lamps and then the type of the night side. So yeah, I think that's it. So what I want us to set here, we have the knobs, the handles for the night side. So let me just, for the table, let me just select this one, and then I'm interested on the 2D. I'll set the 2D detail level to symbolic and then get rid of this symbol and use a simple symbol. Let's have the contour pen of this at 0.13 millimeters, which is 101 color. Then hit OK. Let's move it right next to the wall like so, and then maybe we can move this guy here, and then let's drag this guy there. So yeah, I think what we need also here is the closet for this room. So let's go back to object and then open the object settings. What we need here to do is under the bedroom furniture, should be bedroom furniture or cabinets. Yes, we have should have wardrobes, which are this. So I go for wardrobe 2, and then this one I would be interested to set up the, let's see, the segment is fine. 2D representation, let's make it symbolic, and then we go for something like this. And then 3D detail level, make it full, set the contour pen to 101, and the material are fine. The resolution, let's make it 100%. Yeah, I think everything is fine. There is a feature where you can show the hanger on 2D. I don't know, it's on this type. I don't think so. It must be this one. Let's see the hanger. Let me change this to there. Set the 2D level to symbolic. Pick this one. Control to there. I don't want to have a fill background. I'll set it to transparent. Set the 3D resolution to 100%. Where is it? We don't have the hanger here. We should have it. 2 tabs. Where is it? Interior or hanger? Yes, there we go. Interior fittings, we have a hanger, and then once we place it there, I didn't show the hanger. Why? Let me open the settings again. Didn't show the hanger. There should be an option. Maybe once I've activated it will give me the option to show the hanger on 2D. Perfect. Because you need now to activate, you need to come here and then set this to a hanger so that you can have this option available to do. Then there we go. That's fantastic. That's what I wanted. It gives a little bit of details to your drawing. There we go. I can make this 1,001.2, something like that. Then move it here, and then duplicate to have a copy there. Make sure they are on the right place. And then for the bed, I'm going to get rid of the other side. Let's open this, and then let's say under the first parameters, which is here, I would say night tables to should be on one side. Yeah, this side. Perfect. Or I can change the orientation. Let's see if I change the orientation of this bed to there. That's another option. Something like this. Not bad. Not bad at all. So that I can have a 115 wall here. Let's make it 500. So that this guy's, let me measure this distance and see, is 2150. I'm going to divide this by 2. It's going to be 1075. The length of each closet, so it's going to be 1075, so that they can fit in this area. Perfect. But yeah, I think it's fine. Okay, no, I didn't use 115. There has to be 115 because it's an internal wall. Then make sure, let's move it this side, and then it has to be right on the edge of the door frame. So let's measure again. It's going to be 2, 3, 19. So each is going to be 1.160. So let's say we select all of them, 1.160, and then fit them perfectly, nice and clean. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. The next stage is to, let's see, we have everything in place. The next stage is to do the staircase. If you look at the detail of the staircase, we have it. That's where we are starting to count, and this is another step, there's another step, and then you go up. So what I'm going to do, let's just activate the 3D window so that you can see. And then let's say I'll pick the slab, pick the parameter of the slab. Let me just draw first this. I'll draw the rectangle here, draw another rectangle there, and then this rectangle, I'm going to pick this point, and then I'm going to move this point to there, and then I'm going to mirror that using this diagonal. Perfect. If you go to 3D, so let's see, we cannot see them on 3D. Let's select them, select all of them, set them to 100, check here. Yeah, so this will start on the top of that one, and then also this one will start on the edge of that one. That's basically how this area has been designed. And then my staircase is going to start here, so I'll select the staircase and then move the staircase up to there. No, I think it should move up to here so that it can be something like that. You get it? So if we let's increase the height of our plane, our cutting plane, to the first floor, and then let's finalize so that you can see how the staircase is going to affect this area here. Oh, sorry, what's going on? Perfect. I need to make this, let's pick the edge of this slab, and then I'm going to offset the edge right there. I'm going to see if this they're not sitting right where I want, so I'll select this and then pick this point, and then stretch the height to be there, and then this is going to also move to this point. Perfect. We have now a nice connection. We're going to have a nice railing here for the staircase for people who are sitting here on the pajama to appreciate that. Perfect. So let's go back to the plan. We are happy with how the staircase has been done, so I think let's override. We can get rid of the lines, the 2D lines for this area, and then what I want is to select this and override under floor plan and section, override the pens to 101, which is 0.13 millimeters, just like that. Nice. So one thing we should change here is to increase the size of text of the staircase. You see the numbering is too small. It should be relatively equal to this, relatively or smaller than this by a ratio of 60 to 70%. So select the staircase and then open its settings. So if you want to see how you can make a staircase, like create a staircase like this in ArchiCAD, you can watch the previous video for this. So like I said, it's very important to do it, and then we can come later to this video. So in this case, I'm going to go to the floor plan and display, which is the numbering part that I'm looking at, the numbering and the description. Let's start with the numbering, and then the font size, I'm gonna make it 3. Then I can set the pen to 0.13. See, 3 becomes huge. 3 becomes, let me make 2.5. Oh, let me just see first. Not bad, eh? Not bad. I think that's what I want. And then we can also do to the stair description. Go back and then go to the stair description. The font, set the size, the color first to 101, size to 2.5. I think I like this robot font for my drawings. Yeah, it's a good font. And then even for numbering, I'll use robot font, then hit OK. Perfect. Yeah, now it looks clear. Oh, I didn't do the up and down part. Open it section. I don't know why it's starting to take time to react or to respond, my laptop. So up, let's make it 2.5. Set the font to Robot Western, the pen to 101. Okay, nice. Yeah, perfect. So the next stage is to play around the graphics. So you see the graphic for the hatching of our walls. You can change it, but let's select the wall and then open the element attributes, which is the building material. So by default, ArchiCAD will select the materials for the element that is being selected on the project. As you can see, what I want us to do is to check under structure and appearance. We have the fill or the cut fill, and then the surface. So the cut fill is common brick. We can override the pen to whatever pen we want. Let's do 101 and then hit OK. So automatically to change all the pens for the wall to that. Perfect. Just to have a nice graphic. So I hit also this pen for the slab. So I'll select all my slabs like so, and then override this to, no, not the cut fill. Okay, the cut fill will be something like 3.5. Uncut will be just the usual 101, and then the hidden. Perfect. Yeah, I think it looks great. It's starting to shape up. I think I like. Oh, we should have a basin here on this the guest toilet. So what I'll do, just go to object. I nearly forgot. Then under the plumbing fixtures, where is plumbing mechanical, and then plumbing fixtures, basins. Let's select the basin 26 and pick the rounded pen. Let's set the 2D representation to full, and then 3D to full as well. Set the resolution to 100% and get rid of the fill. Set the contour to 101 and then place it. Select it, Control M to mirror vertically. Oh, sorry, let me just click on mirror and then mirror vertical like this. Let's move it to the position. I think it's too big. So let's see the size of this door first before we on 800. This can set, normal toilet doors can be around 700. Yeah, something like this. So the next stage now is to label all the windows and doors. So what I'll start with the doors. Pick parameters of the doors and hit Ctrl A to select all the doors. I'm going to use a built-in marker placer for the doors. So I'm going to go under dimension marker. Let's set the marker to door marker 26. There we go. By default it will bring me here where I can set the geometry I want. I want to use the oval shape, something different. Let's just do something different. And then the extension line, I'm going to get rid of it, which is that. So if you go to the next page, there's other parameters. I just want to show the ID, which is fine. Move to the next page where we can, I don't think we need to have dimensions in our label. Let's get rid of that. And then we can just see other options, what we have. I think it's fine. We don't have anything there. Okay. Perfect. Now we need to see under dimension marker the preview. Is it what we want? No. Let's set the pen to be a uniform, which is 101, and then make it uniform. So what I'm referring to is that the shape, the geometry is an oval shape. So let's see if we change the height to 5. No, it's not changing. Let's bring back to 8. And then from here we go down to marker symbol and shape. We make sure we fit shape to text. And then hit OK. Let's go back and the preview. There's nothing. Okay, maybe I need to say OK and see. Yeah, there we go. There we go. But perfect. I don't like the ID setup for the doors, so it is subject to change. But let me fix the distance between the label and the doors. So go back, and then let's say under marker symbol and text, the marker position, let's make it maybe 5, just to get it a little bit, or 0. I think 0 is the perfect input offer. This is 0. Okay, so from here, while the doors are being selected, let's go to document and open the ID element ID manager under listing and extracts. So to set up our ID format, so let's see, we're going to set a criteria whereby we want to keep all the doors that are on the same size on one ID on the same ID. So I'm going to use the height and the width. Let's, under available criteria, let's go for the width and then edit here. So now we have the height and width, and make sure you set the same ID by criteria. Under ID, let's just say D. Then that way, hit OK. Now we have 4 doors. Let's hit OK and see. Oh, the label didn't change to a circle. So I think we need to change the height of the label. Under dimension marker, let's make this at 5. See, it changed. That's what I wanted. Perfect. So let's do the same to the windows. Let's do the same to the windows. So yeah, pick the parameter of the window, hit Ctrl A, and then go to documents. Let's open the element ID manager. We use the same criteria, blah blah blah, it's fine. Go to ID format. Let's change the code to W. They're gonna start counting at 01 and change there are 3 windows. Hit OK, and then from there open its settings to place a label. Under dimension marker, let's set this to what W marker 26. Automatically to bring us here. We're going to also set a different geometry. This time around, let's go for a hexagon rotated. There you go. And then we're going to get rid of the extension line. Let's check here. We'll get rid of the seal, and then we don't want to show the dimensions as well. I think everything is fine. Let's go back and see what else. The marker position, let's set it to 5, and then from there I think we are super. Let's go back to dimension marker, set the geometry or the markers pen to 101 and make it uniform. Then hit OK. I'm worried about the size. Size should be 1. Let's make it 8. Then hit OK to place your label. There we go. I don't want to place them at the inside of the building, so I want them outside the drawing. So go back, and then instead of having under marker symbol and text, instead of having marker position at 5, let's make it -5 or -5. I think we need to increase the value to maybe 12. Let's see, -12, then see. Oh, perfect. It came out nice. That's the way I want this. So from here, I think let's avoid information cluttering. It's very important for the readability of our drawing. So make sure you avoid this kind of situations in your drawing. Perfect. So we've set all the elements that needs to be, all the fundamentals of the thing. So we have also the elevation marker on your floor plan, because they contribute as well. These are reference markers, so they are very important. So what I'll do, I'll just bring them here closer to the bed, to the drawing, just like that. Then I can get rid of the text. Let's drag again. Oh, sorry, I don't want to take a copy. I just want you, my friend, to be here. And then I can stretch to be on the range of the building. Same applies to this one. This one is fine. Let's do the other ones like so. Perfect. So we select all the elements or the elevation markers to, we want something better than this. Then open the settings. We're going to set the marker to something more like traditional standard. Let's go down here by story levels and marker and that. Oh, before we do that, I think we need to, I think it's under marker symbol and text, and then set the marker style to something basic like this. And then if you move to the next page, we just want to show a reference ID only. We don't want to show the name, we just want the reference ID. And then let's see what we can say, and then make sure the text, the pen is 101 and make it uniform. I want the field, this one field. So let's say we've selected the wrong one. This one. Perfect. And then the size of the marker should be at 10. Let's hit OK. Perfect. It's great. Don't worry about the blue line. This is not printable. I've struggled, guys, to get rid of this line, but apparently it just guides you the range of your elevation, of which is great. But I don't know why you don't have access to override the color at least. So let's do the same to the section. Open its settings, and under the marker we want the size to be 10 as equal to the elevations once, and then we do the same to the uniform marker pen. And then under the marker symbol, let's set it to circle 4. And then if you move to the next page, we just want to show the ID. Yes. Let's see. I think we need to increase the size a bit. Let's go back and make it 15. Let's make it 15. The marker. Where is the marker? Okay, marker symbol, and then go back. Oh. So I'm not seeing now. Perfect. I think there has to be the same with the elevation. Let's all make them 15. Yes. Yes. And again, I would stretch the section to be in line with the elevation, like so. And then maybe bring it back a bit to create a space. Yeah. By the way, I could have used a different line. I don't like that line. Then this line, I'm going to set it to color this, and then I'm going to go for the dashed triple, something like that. Yeah, perfect. So we have this blue line, blue pen. I hate. So what I'll say, I'll select all the beams. I thought they are all grouped. I don't know why they are not. Let's make sure they are grouped. Then I'll override it under floor plan section on the info box. Set the uncut to 101 like so, and then the cut, where the cut and the symbol, I think it's fine. They're fine like that. Yeah. So you can see now you have much cleaner drawing like before. So the next thing is to set up the display of the finishes on your spaces. I'll select this floor slab, and then let's offset this edge to there, and then also get rid of that. Let's pick parameters of that, and then place a unique and independent floor slab here, because the finish is going to be different. Select this, and then let's go for a different finish. I'm going to override the cover fill, pick the tile representation. I think I'll go with grid 90 by 90. Set the pen to 101. Great. As you can see, that's great. Yeah. One thing that I'll change here, this is a I can go for maybe a timber floor. Let's activate something like that. Let's change the color to oh, see, now you can see through the water, the closets. So to avoid this, you can open its settings, and then under 2D, make sure this is screen background, to get rid of that. That's how you can control the visibility of elements, as you can see. Perfect. So the next stage is to place dimensions. Oh, before you place them, I don't like this line. I can stretch it this also to there. Make sure you don't go through all the way to the edge, because it will get rid of the line, you see. So make sure you just move it just closer like that. And then under floor plan section, the outline, let's use our magic pen. Yeah, it's our magic pen. I think we have everything. Now I can get rid of the 2D lines. I'll click at that and then hit Control A, delete all the 2D lines, except the line for, I think we still need the line for this. What do you think? For the staircase, or we can make it visible on the staircase. Let's see. Let me delete the line first, and then select the staircase, open its settings, under floor plan, display the grid structure. Let's say the break line. Let's see what we, oh, not the break line. It's this. Let's see here. This one or that one. I think it's this one. Let's hope it will solve our problem. Not bad. Yeah, that's basically what I want. Great. Yeah, I think it's okay. It's great actually. So let's place dimensions. We can use different types of dimensions. I think we need also to have the same field here for both this and that. Oh, I've picked the wrong one. Slab, this, activate cover fill, or maybe a unique, let's say maybe this one. Set the color to 101. something like that. It's okay. Let's do dimension. Like I said, you can use different types of placing dimensions in your drawings. So the other one is by just picking a dimension tool and then click on the points where you want them to be, the distance you want the dimension. But it will take time to finish dimensioning. So okay, let's just fix this area first. This has to be, yeah. So I like to use automatic dimension, whereby I can place dimensions for all sides once, or just go side by side. So to do that, you select all your structural elements, your walls, your slabs, your beams. So I'll select this and then make sure this is suspended. There's another wall here, this wall, and then what I'll do, oh, there's another one there, the inside one, yeah. And from here I'll go to document and then annotation. Let's activate automatic dimension. We can do for interior and then both for exterior. Let's hit on exterior, and then we have different types or different rows of your dimensions here. Your overall dimension, you can have the external geometry, whereby you do more like overall of the spaces, or overall dimensions of the spaces, and then you have the dimensions of the structures, the thicknesses of your material elements, and then dimensions of openings. This is how you can set up how you want to dimension your openings. Yeah, and then you have the option here for different types of options that you can go for the wall hole size for the doors, or for the reveal size, depending on what you want. Same applies to the windows. You have also the same options, and then we can have the distance between the dimension rows. Let's set them to, I think let's go for 300. For us, let's go for 300. Then you have place dimensions on all four sides, then hit OK. So I'm going to draw a line like that, just one line vertical, and then with the hammer cursor I can place the dimension on the outside. As you can see, it will place dimension for all the sides, as you can see. And then the good part of this, you can just select all the dimension rows like this, and then move them closer to the drawing, just like that. Drag them and move them closer to the drawing. Do the same, like that. Now do the same to this one as well. Perfect. Yeah, I think I'm not happy with the way the dynamic lines are there. It's too much. So what I'll do, I'll pick or activate the dimension tool in the tool palette and hit Ctrl A to select all of them. Then let's open its settings and see what we can do. So I'm gonna set everything to color, to this color, or whatever. Well, I can just leave them there, but that's fine. Let me just do them this way. And then the text for dimension, I'm going to go for 0.13, a black color. And then the marker size is fine there. What I want to do change is the marker type. I want the dots, architectural dots, and then I can set the size of the dots to be 1 or 1.5, and then hit OK. There we go, and then we can get rid of the extensions under here. So instead of having the dynamic height, we just use the custom height and then hit OK. Perfect. As you can see, we have a funny units, but we can change this onto the preference under options and project preferences, working units. And then our working units will change to plane millimeters. Why didn't change? Because it's on meters as it is. Let's hit OK. Or we go to settings of the view, then under units, under 2D and 3D documents, we set the dimensions to plane millimeters so that you can fix this to there. Perfect. Great. Nice and clean. Yeah, that's basically how you can do the the floor plan, to detail the floor plan. So I can also set the area for the schedule for areas for the later. That will be in a later stage for all the spaces. What I want us to do here is the graphic override combinations, to see how best we can play around with this drawing. Ooh, we had a dramatic, okay, for this for the zones, you see now it has a funny dimensions. So what I would do, I'll go to options, project preferences, and then calculations rules or calculation units. Here what I would do is okay, let's go back and then set the zones, area for unit to square meters. Where is it? Here, under here. I would want, where is my zone? I would want the dimension to be millimeters, this to be degrees, blah blah, millimeters, everything has to be millimeters. This is square meters. And then after it says plain, this is a plain mm. Then hit OK, save. There we go. And then make sure you set your view to the newly created mm, plain mm. Hit OK. Okay, you're happy. So for now we need to set the graphic override. We have that comes with the template here, so which is the simplified plane. As you can see, now it makes everything black, of which doesn't create depth to our drawing. What we do, click here to open the combinations, and then hit on new to create a new combination. I'll call this a floor, or maybe solid black. This will be H solid black, right? And then what I'll do, I'll add an existing rule which is for the cut fill. All the cut fill should be solid black, and then add. Then I'm going to click on manage rules and create our new rules. Create a new rule for I can create it for furniture / objects. Then hit OK. I'm going to say the element type will be object, and then I'm going to override the line marker text and pen to this color, and then hit OK. Oh, by the way, we need to create another one for text. Let's say text. Then I'm going to have my text sign. I'll hit OK. Then choose text for dimensions. Add another criteria for element type. I think we just add 2. And then change this to text. We don't have a text in our drawing. We have a label, and then we have what else do we have? We have zones. Yes, we have text for zones. And then from here I'm going to override the marker text to let's go for red, man. Let's go for red. I thought sign would be better. Let's go for red. Let's go for red. So I'll rename this to red. Let's rename this to red. And then hit OK. Let's add the 2 for furniture. Then for, by default, ArchiCAD 26, sorry, to highlight the newly created rule with a blue color, as you can see here. So let's bring the solid black to the base and then hit OK. Perfect. still not happy, but yeah, that's basically how it came on. Or we can create another one. Let's manage this room, and then we say new, duplicate this, all cut fill solid hatch, like so. Hit OK. We change this hatch to common brick, then the pen for the common hatch should be this one. Hit OK. Let's see this one. Oh, we didn't edit, so let's get rid of this, and then let's add the newly created. You see, that's basically how you can play around with this. Okay, let me call it at the end, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. That was a long, but covering a lot of things. So yeah, yes, go down to the comment section and tell me how you feel about this video. Make sure you support this channel, guys, by liking, sharing, commenting on this. And then if you want the project that the project file, sorry, for this for the video, go down in the description and download it. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. This was just the first video, or the second video for this series of this project. So we have a lot of elements or drawings to extract from this. So be tune in for other videos, so that we can meet you in the next video. But by the way, you can just test this by saving a PDF. Let's mark the area and then save as. Set this to a PDF, and then make sure you open file after save. Page options, let's set this to architectural, make it a portrait because of the orientation of our floor plan. Then under document options, let's select mark area and then fit to page. Hit save. Then I'm gonna override that one. Let's see how the outcome will be. Perfect. Key moderness. I think it's the case we need to override the text. We'll just choose no override. Let's save it this way, and then see. I think it will pick the previous settings for the page. I think it's fine. We'll just save. We don't have the IDs for the elevation, so I think because of let's do this. If you go to your elevations, and then you say this one will be A, this one will be A, this one will be B, C, then D. So it needs to be on this one. A, B, C, D. So now you have the IDs in your elevations. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Thank you once again. Bye bye.